We called around this week to find a place that would weld the radiator cage into the Ferrari. And the cage is aluminum, so it's a atypical job for most shops. Most shops aren't set up or don't do aluminum welding. In one of the shops that I did call that did offer this service, most of them turned it down, either because the type of vehicle, the type of job, whatever the reason was, I was getting turned down. So I eventually found a place and I took it to them. Now, on the phone, of course, we have a very in-depth conversation. I explained to them everything. I get down there, we have further discussions. They gave me a number, which I was comfortable with. I left a call with them. Later that night, they sent me an estimate, and I don't want to give their name, one, because I don't want to give them the publicity, good or bad. But two, I'm not in the business of shit-talking somebody. So they sent me an estimate that's literally more than 4 times more than we discussed. So after much discussion, it just turns out that I'm just not interested in doing business with them. There was just a lot of stuff, and the customer service was shaky at best. So I had to do some more calling around, and finally I found a guy through a friend of a friend, recommended somebody who works on these kind of cars, and that's where we're going today. He literally just finished a 2013 458. He was sending me pictures of with very similar damage. Not as extensive as mine, but similar nonetheless. So we're on our way there. Hopefully we have a better experience. Hopefully this is the place that gets the job done. I'll keep you posted. What's up? I thought I'd shoot a quick video because I forgot to do a follow-up. So this is actually over 2 months after that video was shot. I'm out here, beautiful day. I gotta clean up a mess I made. My girlfriend had to cut my hair because we're in the middle of the pandemic and barbershops are not open, so I got my hair all over the floor there. We'll get to that in just a second. So the guy who's got my car, his name is Rick Barber. He's over at Collision Pro. I am very happy to this point with the vehicle. So since that video, we've gotten the wire harness spliced in. I had to get a replacement wiring harness from that came from Exotic Auto Parts in California, I believe. And sorry, I'm just doing some yard work, picking up the big sticks that fell off my tree and putting it into this fire pit. So we got the wiring harness in. We've gotten the whole front taken apart. I had to order a couple of other parts that we missed, clips and brackets that the headlight bolts into. Anyway, so we're at the stage where he's got to get the cage welded in permanently. We've got to get the inspector out because in order for me to title it in Georgia, somebody's got to look at it and just verify that the car's safe. It's got to meet the safety standards. Found out that the radiator cage, even though it's just a radiator cage, because it is literally welded onto the substructure of the vehicle, when that needs replaced or repaired, it could deem the car totaled because it's quote-unquote frame damage, which is very, very strange. So somebody's got to get out, inspect it, and that's where we're at right now. So I expect that to be done in the next 2 weeks, meaning structure welded in, inspector out. I'm assuming it's going to pass, and from there we just got to button it up, drop the new radiator in, new fans, wire it all up, and then yeah, from there it's just the body work, wrapping up the body work. I expect the vehicle to be on the road no later than the second week of June, which that might be pushing it a little bit. I don't think so though. So, you know, we'll see. I'm in no particular rush because I want to make sure it gets done right. You know, he's doing me a big favor by tackling this huge project, so I don't want to rush him either. I'll drop his details in the description below. If you've got an exotic car, I know he worked for like 2 decades on specializing on Porsches. And like my video said, he just finished a 458. So this is kind of his thing. So I'll go ahead and drop his details below. So that's where we're at right now. I'll go ahead and post some pictures of where the vehicle is at in its current state. And we'll call it a day.